be in a bit of a pickle here. Super Marco very happy with the result of this for sure. Get more of this outer turret energy shield here. Irad again. It's so hard to hit that. I don't blame.
Ray Ash would know. He's watching with a big grin on his face.
You know
but
it.
I am not convinced. Watching the first 4 minutes of this game, it's very difficult to get these combos off.
Shows this. SG will get pressured here in this purple timeout. No, doesn't look like it. But yeah, Apbr, it's a different version of what they showed off earlier.
It's going to be a big dive in there. Owen going to be the target. Nice save there from Captain Few right there. Just making it out in the nick of time. While all of that's happening, though, Eman going to go down a second time here on the goal lane.
And this is what we're talking about. It's on the side of Apbr, it's a, hey, look at this hand, but then it's a misdirection. My other hand is the one about to smack you in the face, while RSG are just trying to protect each other, grouping up either as 4 or usually as 4, actually, and that opens up Eman in his lane still. We're still in the laning phase, susceptible to the fanny of Kyle Teasy. Apbr are playing this really well right now, while RSG, they will get to a point where they will be competitive against this lineup, but it's going to take some time.
That sequence, I see it now. Front hand, backhand.
Yep.
I hope RSG don't fall for it as often as they have here the first 5 minutes of the game. 3-1, first turtle scored by Apbr. They have the advantage here, retribution range.
Yeah, Caltisi will still be the one to secure it. No big surprises there. Obviously, Irad way down there, trying to get some kills onto Super Marco, but Apbr, they know.
Well, the map belongs to Apbr. This is how far ahead Apbr is. You see that first item pickup, the Malefic Roar.
Yeah, he got to build that really fast because he even built the Fury Hammer and then even the attack speed dagger before going into the Malefic Roar. So it just goes to show how rich at this point Caltisi is.
Yep, and if you do the math, the economy only checks out if you can afford an early Malefic Roar. That's how all the penetration adds up.
Yeah, most of the gold, even though it's a small gold lead, it's actually on the side of the gold laner for Apbr, so that's a big difference compared to if the gold was spaced out across the members.
Yeah, very different tempos. The tempo Caltisi is playing on right now. Very fast, and RSG are now getting to the point where they're trying to play keep up.
Yeah, again, Nats can try that all day long. It's also another very difficult to hit ultimate, especially against a Fanny.
Yep.
So, yeah, step it up, I guess.
We've seen the best of the best of them catch Fannies midair, but those were edits. I don't recall many Terizlas doing it in Season 12.
Yeah, around a 1 and a 1.5 level lead here, actually, for Caltisi.
Oh, Spatial Migration finally hitting up the target, but it's not even going to go to half HP. That's how bad that Vile Requiem is at this early stage.
And the situational awareness from El Capitan Few, it's clear he could have pressed the button there, could have clicked Purify, but he knew he wasn't going to receive much damage.
Ooh, holds on to it, and that means they will have it ready for this fight if it does break out here. Irad getting chased down once more by Ogwen, who is trailing very closely and has that shield. Again, just so difficult to deal with here. This Hilda pick is just giving RSG a headache.
Yep, it's gonna be as annoying up to a certain level until it doesn't anymore. And I think Apbr needs to, again, step on the gas.
Oh! You asked for it and you shall receive. That was out of nowhere if you were RSG, and now Apbr capitalizing.
How's that for a bush check?
Oh, yeah.
Yikes! That's all I can say in Apbr, that's a free turtle for them. With the roamer gone, RSG. And again, they somehow have to buy time against a Fanny that has snowballed.
My God, Apbr's making this Baksha XP lane work.
That's such a flex
What
onto RSG after what happened earlier. We thought, yeah, that's it for that matchup. Nope. FlapTG showing that's how it's done right now.
Yeah, and this time we actually mean it. This time around, we will see Apbr.
All right, gentlemen, just to put this into context, folks watching at home, you can play along. Imagine you're looking at your mini-map, and there's 3 heroes from your opponent's side that's running around constantly. Regardless of where you see them on the mini-map, the other 2 are almost always just at your flank.
Yep.
That's what it is. Ogwen, FlapTZ, the Fanny. no corner is safe for RSGPH. That's why they're playing this way.
So hard to concentrate, right? Especially with all those movements. Right now, though, again, spatial migration is going to be missing again for Irad. Making it hard to land that Viral Requiem again.
Rotational speed is through the roof. They tapped into the speed force.
That is true.
And Apbr right now, they're not stopping. They're still going fast, still applying the pressure. Look at the items, look at the massive gold gap between the Irithel and then the Bruno. Still just on the way to building a second item. He had to build a bit more defense just to survive whenever the Fanny would show up. I believe he's going to be rushing the Malefic Roar at this point as Eman.
Yeah, each and every one of them also has that move speed that we're talking about. Yeah, that's Apbr just...
Yeah,
Lightning McQueen would be proud.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Tonight is Talladega Nights, ladies and gentlemen, 11:20 p.m. from the venue. Coming in, Kyle Teasy popping that turret.
Yeah, free sprints in a dream. That's going to be the call here for Apbr trying to get out of there alive. Ogwin, no problem whatsoever. String's going to try to slow him down, but not really going to be helping. Flap Teasy on the side. They're making the Baksha work here by just being a threat on the right side of that wall.
Yeah, they were controlling the jump, just in case they needed to come in for backup, but no. Apbr, they're making RSG feel all of their 5K gold lead, every single bit of it.
Yeah, and because of the ability that RSG had to use there, that really looked like they were trying to force a reaction out where Apbr, which they did, and that led to this, a free lord, no contest by RSG.
Very least, we already see a possibility of a Heart Guard reset with a fleeting time. But, you know, I don't know. There's just no source of damage right now, aside from Eman on RSG. Irad doesn't really... He's a tank, right? This should be tank build.
Yeah.
So, no big threats.
Exactly. That Baksha was a massive swerve. Fanny last pick again, and imagine it. Yesterday, RSG surprised Omega with a Fanny last pick. Now, Apbr are doing it to RSG. Even picking an XP lane Baksha that, of course, RSG earlier were forced into playing. Had no choice at that point. Wow, Apbr, what a flex.
Sleight of hand at its finest, man. Front hand, backhand. You thought the Baksha was the jungler.
It was first picked as well, so they were really... really baited RSG into it.
They were playing to the meta until they weren't.
Yeah.
All three lanes now pushing towards RSG, Philippines base. Lord up top. Ooh. You can smell it. Apbr looking to penetrate.
It's going to be a big push here. Irad misses with the spatial migration again. Big troubles here as we do see Calteezy try to capitalize. And that's, of course, a very tanky Turisla. Not going to go down in one combo. I would say if they clear this, it will be a successful defense.
Yeah, folks, that is a Fanny with a Sea Halberd, Hephaestus, Malefic Roar, and with the Hunter Strike. Oh, they're continuing!
Keeping at it. Hits a knock-up, but there's no follow-up here for RSG, just trying to buy some time.
Successful defense by the Raiders. Gotta give kudos to them as they are cordoned off, locked and trapped inside their own base. They are struggling to even get waves in as Apbr freezes the map.
It's gonna be a buy time at this point. It'll take a miracle for RSG to turn this game around. Apb, again, let's see. Calteezy can find an angle. They're playing a very tight formation. They're reducing the chances that Calteezy would just be able to fly in, pick someone off, and then fly out. At this point, RSG are just doing everything they can with the lineup. Again, I feel like now they were forced into playing because no one expected that Fanny last pick.
At the very least, they're not really getting picked off one by one, so that's a good sign for RSG, right? But you can't really get a win just from that. Yeah, you got to move some point.
Not losing is different from winning.
Yes.
And RSG have done so well to stay alive. The next 30 seconds are on their side. As long as they don't die and as long as Apbr don't try anything out of the ordinary, don't force the issue here, RSG should be safe. RSG should keep this gold lead at about 9K, 10K under. But now with this Luminous Lord looming over the Raiders' heads, relegation into the lower bracket imminent, they have to play this very specifically.
There's just no threat at all, man. You saw earlier Super Marco just walking up against two people from RSG all on his own.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, there's just zero catch.
I want to share a little anecdote as Apbr will be able to freely get the sword as expected. I had a quick chat with Coach Panda and said, hey, all of us casters were expecting this to go 5 games. It's you guys as you're drafting. And then Coach Panda just walked away. It was like, acknowledged it and then laughed. And now I feel like we did it. We got to it. The 5 games, the drafting, the uniqueness, the creativity. Apbr and RSG, I wouldn't have seen it go other way. And here we are now, Apbr on the brink and the cusp of victory. Just cannot be overzealous now at this point. But their window of error, their margin of error is actually, their window for error is very small. It's difficult to see them messing this up.
Yeah, it has to be a combination of them over-committing and overstaying their welcome, while RSG just playing it very, very perfectly. All 3 lanes pushing up towards the Raiders.
See, that's going to happen here as Nats, again, will miss up on penalty zone. One crucial crowd control source missing now for RSG for the next few seconds. Pushing on the mid, though. Good damage coming in from Apbr as well, taking out that turret. This is hard to watch, man.
Yeah, this is probably game already.
Probably game right now, as long as Owen doesn't die, maybe.
He's fine as RSG make quick work of the Lord, but here comes Kyle!
Flying it up, and 1 crit takes out Irad. Man, a little bit too late there on the Netherrealm with Mr. Few, but because of that, RSG survives the day and might go for the counter play, and they pick 1 up. Few is down as well, but he's back up.
Woo! We saw a sequence like this very similar in the first years of the day, where Blast around! But this is a different game. Kyle Teasy playing with fire. Shocking the system. RSG still in this.
that really stirred my senses there. Kyle Teasy going straight into 4 people.
The power of sustain. See, they're hanging on by a thread, and the thread looks like Angela's skill. RSG. Can't count them out just yet. They live to fight another Lord. Apbr, they handled that as well as they could, but RSG, despite everything thrown at them, handled it better.
The former MSC champions, Season 9 champions, RSG. I agree, are hanging by a thread, but boy, oh boy, that thread made out of Kevlar alloy. A composite of all of their collective fortitudes, and they're still in this. 5-3. I wish I could say better for their gold lead. 12K down, and they can't leave their base.
Yeah, Jealous says love and hope are the 2 greatest words. Nope, it's Kevlar and alloy.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's actually possible.
I mean, you can kind of add on the Kevlar.
Kevlar's not a metal.
You can kind of... It's actually a thread.
I don't...
That's interesting. It's like spider silk.
All right, you know, I'm not a psychologist, but
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm calling my metals right.
I've met someone named Kevlar before. It took a lot of willpower not to laugh. You laughed. So
you failed that social interaction, Rockhard. All right, going into this 3rd Lord of the game, 16 and a half minutes in. This is the best way to play an Angela on the back foot, the defensive way. You keep him in the base and pull!
What a pull from Captain Few there! Could be more coming in close. Lapteezy trying to force it on the Nats. Irad close by. Waiting for the proper time for the spatial migration once more. Gonna be missing it again. And the follow-up could be lethal here. Nats trying to kind of just predict where the Fanny's gonna be, but not gonna be hitting the mark.
Yeah, no, I'd call that a DPZ, man. Defensive penalty zone. He needed every little bit of space to actually close it. And just like that, at least they're a 5-man squad to try and defend. This could be it. This could be the last fight if RSG don't clench this.
Irad's combo, Naf's penalty zone, Aqua really conserving and making the most out of the hard guard. Those are the key conditions here for RSG, or will Apbr just throw bodies and say it's over now?
Has to be super duper perfect here. Kyle Teasy trying to go into the line. Kaká goes down. Few as well. Hard guard activated already. Yemen going straight forward to steal legs. Gonna be hitting every target he can find. Low members here from Apbr, but the sheer power of the Netherrealm will start to overwhelm the Raiders. And that could be it, folks. We got a winner. It's Apbr in 5.
This winning